Have you ever walked away from a normal conversation? Everything seemed fine, no argument, no drama, but minutes later, your mind starts replaying it. Why did I say that? Did I sound stupid? Did they notice my tone? Did I talk too much? And suddenly, a 5-minute conversation turns into a 2-hour mental movie. If that's you, this video isn't random, it's personal. Here's the psychology of people who overthink after every conversation. And once you understand this, you'll never look at your thoughts the same way again. Let's start with something important. Overthinking after conversations does not mean you're weak. It does not mean you're socially bad. And it definitely does not mean something is wrong with you. In fact, psychology shows it often means the opposite. Let's break it down. 1. You have unusually high self-awareness. Have you noticed how some people say whatever they want, then forget it instantly? And others remember every word they said, every pause, every facial expression. That's not accidental. Psychology calls this high self-monitoring. You're deeply aware of your tone, your words, your body language, other people's reactions. Your brain doesn't just talk, it observes itself talking. This level of awareness is common in emotionally intelligent people, deep thinkers, people who grew up needing to read the room. But here's the problem. Your brain doesn't stop observing even when the conversation is over. So it replays everything, not to torture you, but to analyze and improve. The mind asks, what could I have said better? What did that reaction mean? Did I cross a line? It feels like anxiety, but at its core, it's your brain trying to protect your social image. 2. You're highly sensitive to social evaluation. Let's be honest, humans are wired to care about acceptance, but some people feel this more deeply than others. Psychology calls this evaluation sensitivity. If you overthink conversations, your brain is extra alert to approval, rejection, judgment, tone shifts, micro-expressions. Even neutral reactions feel meaningful. A short reply becomes, are they annoyed? A pause becomes, did I say something wrong? This happens because your brain treats social feedback like survival data. Why? Because somewhere in your past, social harmony mattered a lot. Maybe you were criticized often, you were misunderstood, you felt ignored, you learned to be careful with words. So now your brain scans for threats that don't actually exist anymore. Not because you're broken, but because your mind learned to stay alert. 3. You mentally replay conversations to regain control. Here's a powerful truth most people miss. Overthinking isn't just worry, it's control-seeking. When a conversation ends, it's out of your hands. You can't change what you said. You can't control how they interpret it. That lack of control makes the brain uncomfortable. So it does the only thing it can. It replays. Psychology links this to rumination, a mental loop where the brain revisits moments trying to find certainty. If I understand what happened, I can prevent future mistakes. Your brain believes more thinking equals more safety. But the irony is, the more you replay, the less clarity you feel. Because you're not replaying facts, you're replaying assumptions. And assumptions grow louder when there are no answers. 4. You hold yourself to impossible social standards. Let me ask you something honestly. Do you judge yourself more harshly than you judge others? When someone else says something awkward, you forget it. When you say something awkward, it lives rent-free in your mind. This comes from perfectionistic self-expectations. Your inner rules might sound like, I should always sound confident. I should never say the wrong thing. I should always be interesting. But real conversations are messy. People interrupt. Words come out wrong. Moments are imperfect. Your brain knows this logically, but emotionally, it still expects flawlessness. So after every interaction, your mind checks for errors and finds them, even if they don't exist. 5. You confuse thoughts with reality. This is one of the deepest psychological traps. Your brain says, they probably thought I was weird, and instead of questioning it, you accept it as truth. Psychology calls this cognitive fusion, where thoughts feel like facts. But here's the reality. Most people are not analyzing you, they're analyzing themselves. They're thinking, did I talk too much? Did I sound dumb? What should I eat later? You're starring in your own mental movie, not theirs. But when you overthink, your brain forgets this. It assumes attention that isn't there. 6. You're emotionally open, but mentally guarded. This might surprise you. People who overthink conversations often care deeply. They listen, they feel, they connect, but they don't always feel safe being fully unfiltered. So after opening up, even slightly, their mind checks for danger. Was that too much? Did I reveal too much? This is common in people who value depth, have been emotionally misunderstood, fear being a burden, fear being judged. So your brain reviews the interaction to see if vulnerability backfired. 7. Silence after conversations triggers uncertainty. Notice this, the overthinking usually doesn't happen during the conversation. It happens after, when there's silence, no feedback, no confirmation. Psychologically, the brain hates open loops, so it fills the gap with imagination. And imagination usually leans negative, not because reality is negative, but because uncertainty feels unsafe. Now, let's pause. If you see yourself in this, that's not coincidence. It means your brain is complex, reflective, socially aware. But it also means your mind needs guidance, because awareness without balance becomes exhaustion. Here's the most important thing to understand. Overthinking after conversations is not a personality flaw. It's a misdirected strength. Your brain is good at reflection, pattern detection, emotional analysis, but it's using those skills at the wrong time. Instead of learning, it's looping. So what's the takeaway? The next time you replay a conversation, ask yourself one question. Is this helping me understand, or is it just punishing me? If there's no new insight, that's your signal to stop, because growth comes from awareness, not self-attack. Most people never question their thoughts. You do. That already sets you apart. Just remember, not every thought deserves your attention. Not every moment needs analysis, and not every silence means something went wrong. Sometimes a conversation was just a conversation, nothing more. If this felt like it described you, you're not alone. And if you want more videos that decode human behavior in ways that feel personal and real, you know what to do. Subscribe, because psychology isn't just about the mind, it's about understanding yourself.